It's not necessarily all that pretty, particularly here, but we've got a panel, front and rear, passenger side, all done. Let's look at how we finished it off. Well, sort of finished it off. I think we've still got a bit more work to do. For example, the transmission bracket. So we're going to continue with the floor pan. I think we're going to start with that middle section there to fill the gap and work from there. Right, so I've got a piece in place. It's basically a flat piece, and then on the ridges here I've welded in a piece at an angle like that, so that just blocks it all off. It has got hammerite down the middle, zinc primer along the sides. It's been cleaned off, and we're now ready for that cross member to come back in place. So that's what we're going to do next. And we've now got that welded back in place, so that's good. We'll now move on to another bit of the floor pan to try to sort out. Next bit I'm going to work on is along here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim this off, this bit here, off, so that I can get a piece of metal coming from that, following that path up in there. Okay, and that way I'll get a piece that goes the whole way along, and I can then build a flange onto it to go down, which would join this piece here. And if I do one piece the whole way along and weld that in, and then I can build in the flange, and I can build in this little corner as well. So I'm going to start by just trimming this off here so that I can start following that sort of process. We're making progress. So you can see I've put the bit across there in. What I haven't done yet is just around here. There's a little triangle that I need to create and put in still. And then on the flip side, on the outside, I need to put a flange on. So that'll be next, but not today. I'm going to go out and have a little drive or something. But that will be next. And then I'll either move up here to this bit, or down here to the transmission tunnel bit. I haven't quite decided yet, but we'll finish off that bit of the floor first. Okay, so today we have welded in this little corner, we've welded in this little corner, and we've done this great big bit. Now it all needs dressing down a bit, and I've got a few pinholes in there still. But we're almost done. So we will move down here to the transmission tunnel next to finish off that bit, and then we will come to the back and do a couple of fixes here. And that would then, hopefully, I'd be in a position where I could say that the passenger area inside the cabin is all welded up. I still got to do all the outside, but I would have the floor pan and the front bulkhead and everything done at that point, hopefully. We'll see. I mean, I shouldn't say things like that. It's touch wood, you know, touch metal, because there's so much of it I'm having to put in, but yeah. I don't know if just how thick some of these welds are, how deep they are comes out. But I've had real problem with pinholes in here and piled on the weld. Now part of that problem is the angle. Part of the problem is I tend to like to go over to the other side and weld from that side as well. Now I've got the transmission in the way, so I can't get under there on the other side easily and actually get my welder in to weld easily. So I've been tackling it from this side mostly, and it's just I'm not gonna continue. I'm gonna wait now. It's in, it's secure. I'm gonna wait until I've got the transmission out. I've got more room to work underneath, and then I will weld from the other side to make sure I've got it all done, and then I'll come and grind this down a bit more, but I won't go all the way. I mean, it's just awful. Anyway, what I did was I did a piece which I then bent along this angle here, and along this angle here, and in order to get this angle change here to work, I put in a relief cut here and here, and so these were folded over and then cut out, and so that's why we've got these vertical welds as well. So that's in and nice and firm, and it is metal, even though it does still have, even with all of that welding, I've still come across a couple more pinholes in there, which I'm going to have to deal with at some point. But for now, we're going to move on. And I'll tell you what, that has taken me 2 days to do that, you know, a couple of hours each day. So just really, you know, anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to this bit at the back now. Let's see if we can turn this around. Okay, so for those of you that saw earlier episodes will remember I had to fix these sides on this, and I made them so that they're the same size as the other side, although I put this on the wrong way around. That should be that way. And the other mistake I made is I did these at right angles and it should be down, but the new floor pan is much lower. As you can see, I can get my hand in there, so although this is the same depth, and I'm going to check that again just to make sure, but although that is the same depth as the other side, you know, I can really get my hand under there. Slightly better on this side. So I'm going to look at how to fix this now. And what I think I'm going to do is on this side, I'm just going to take another piece of metal, I think. We'll slide it under there. We'll do some spot welds through here, and then we've got spot welds underneath already. We already got holes, so we'll spot weld above and below to bring that together. So I think that's what we'll do there. And then for this side, I haven't measured it. If it's the right height, then what I'm tempted to do is make a cut along here, and if I do that, I'll probably have to make a cut along here and here to bring this up. Alright, I can then weld these in place, and then I can cut out the excess and weld that back together. I think that will be my best approach, but I haven't quite decided yet. So almost finished here. This side that you can't see, I did as I suggested I would, in that I slipped a piece of metal underneath. It was a tight fit. Welded that in place on the top and the bottom. On this side, I cut out what I had in place. I welded in a new piece, and then I'm welding in the flanges. I did that because, having measured both sides, I decided that this was a bit shorter. So that's why I went that way. So that's almost done. I was just doing the spot welds underneath. I was doing this one, you can see the mark, and I ran out of welding wire. So quick trip to the shop now to get some more wire, and I think gas. Actually, I think I must have run out of gas ages ago with hindsight. So quick trip to the shop to get that and finish it off. Right, that's now done underneath. I've also, once you've cleaned up your welder, it does make welding easier. So I've gone along and done a bunch of welding. Some of those pinholes, which seems to have sorted it. You might have seen me. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, but I'm not sure if my welder's actually releasing the gas and if I've got that on properly. I follow the instructions, but I'm not convinced I'm getting gas coming out because the bottle seemed heavier. Sorry, the new bottle seemed as heavy as the old bottle, and the old bottle seems heavier than the previous bottle. So I'm wondering if I'm not screwing the new ones in properly. Now, it's not the first time I've replaced the previous one, so I don't know why it would have suddenly stopped working, and I don't know how to test it. So if anyone can tell me how to test if I've got gas coming out, I would appreciate that. Or I might just have to get a different regulator that actually shows me how much gas is there and the pressure I'm letting out. Anyway, so the floor, I started this on the 2nd of May, I think was my first video. Today's 31st of July, so it's been 3 months to do the passenger floor. Now, I know I got diverted in the meantime in that I decided I needed to have a look at the sill, and I ended up doing the strengtheners on the passenger sill, and then I started looking at the wheel arch and all that kind of stuff, and I had to take all out the dashboard in the end and all of the wiring loom, so I know I got distracted. But that's been a long process, and there were bits I'm happy with and other bits I'm not happy with, so we'll see. I'm certainly not. I need to be able to dress my welds down better than I currently do, but I might then end up with pinholes, and I guess I'd rather have no pinholes, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to do a big tidy up now, clear everything out, and then I'll move on to the next thing. I am going to need to go around this with seam sealer, and I'm not sure what seam sealer to use, so if anyone's got any recommendations, that'd be greatly appreciated. Alright, till next time, bye.